Do you ever have doubts that creep in? Well, if you do, you're not alone, because anytime you want to do something that's outside your comfort zone, the doubts creep in. And in this particular video, I'm going to talk about how the doubts that creep in are like this sunken boat that's here behind me. Hopefully you can see it. It's a ski boat. It's facing that way. Oh, that. It's facing that way. You can see like where the windshield is there, sticking out of the water. But anyway, the reason why this ski boat here has something to do with the doubts that creep in, it was something I was thinking about quite a bit here. So recently somebody messaged me, and I got their permission to read this, so I'm not just disobeying their trust here. But I promised I wouldn't give their name, but they said, hey Kevin, just listened to episode 503 of Scott's podcast today. Very well done. While listening to this new episode, I realized that you were on the July's podcast episode as well, which is episode 389. I'll link to both of those below, which is one of my favorites. That episode resonated so much with me and my struggles, and helped me deal with my own head trash, because I used the word head trash in that particular episode. Just wanted to share that, as I thought it was pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing you at Seller Summit. This is someone I'll see at Seller Summit, which is Steve Chu's event, held in Fort Lauderdale, about an hour and a half from here. It's later this week as I record it, actually. So I said thank you to that person. I really appreciate that. We really do get in our own way. This is me replying. And I'm constantly working on that. Glad you found that helpful. Definitely look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks, because this was probably about a week and a half ago that they sent me this message. They said, yes, I feel like that is the hardest part. And this is the person responding to me again. And I had to go through some really tough times to get me out of my comfort zone and light that fire under me. That experience forced me to dig deep inside my mind and figure out and face a lot of deeply rooted fears and identity of limiting beliefs. And then talked about, we'll definitely talk more about it at Seller Summit. So the thing of it is, and the person was agreeing to let me share that with you, because they face their own challenges and they were able to get through it. And that's, sometimes when you get it to the other side of what seems like uncomfortable, because every time we try to do something different, there's like this doubt, this fear, this feeling starts to creep in, and you it prevents you. It starts telling you all the reasons why things aren't going to work. So like in the original podcast he was referring to, I talked about how I had a product in mind, and then I had all the numbers working out. I was feeling really confident about it. I'd wake up the next morning and think, oh, this is just not going to work. Well, nothing changed from the night before. That's called head trash. That's just the dumb things that come up. And so the reason why this sunken boat has anything to do with head trash, and I've got a couple examples here, so just bear with me, because it will make sense here in a moment. So in addition to this sunken boat, there's also a car. I can't show it to you because the water's not down low enough, but last year the water got down low enough that you could see not just the sunken boat, but the sunken car. There's a wire spool out there somewhere, and I'm talking about like, big high intensity line wires. There's the girders, the things that prevent you from falling off the side of the highway. If you weren't paying attention, there's some over there in the pond as well. And the reason for that is the story goes, this is not a natural pond. So it feels like I'm out in nature, but I'm actually not. In fact, I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, but I'm over here by two major highways here in Florida. And the two major highways, one goes over the top of each other because they kind of crisscross each other, not too far from where we are. And so you might actually hear some of the road noise. And the story goes, the ramp where the one goes over the other, the dirt they needed to build that ramp is actually from this particular lake here. And in this particular lake, or pond, retention pond, so to speak, it represents the fact to me that they have this road noise because they had to build that ramp. And so when I first moved to this neighborhood from Orlando about 3.5 years ago, I was renting a house. And believe it or not, I actually bought the house next door to where I was renting. And I had been living there for about 9 months and decided we wanted to buy the house. It just came available for us and it worked out. And I remember going through the doubts of like, wait, there's a little bit of road noise. Now, granted, I knew what little road noise there was something that I was just not going to notice anymore. So the road noise was kind of like head trash of like, there's a little bit of like, it's kind of like a white noise. I was like, is that going to prevent anybody from ever buying the house? Well, no. I mean, I literally am buying the house and I live in the neighborhood and I know exactly what it's like living in the neighborhood. It's not nowhere near as bad as what I was starting to tell myself. But these were just doubts that are starting to creep in. Like, you know, if I go to sell it one day, is anyone going to buy this house? Well, again, I'm buying it and I lived in the neighborhood and been following the fact people were buying houses in the neighborhood quite a bit. So it was like, there's no logical reason for these doubts that were creeping in. And, you know, it's not kept me up at night. I can barely hear it. I'd have to be listening very closely to hear the road noise. In fact, I don't even know if you can hear it on the microphone. And it's no louder here than it is by my house. And it's just kind of like a little white noise. It's not bad. I can't see the highway from my house or anything. So it's not like it's an eyesore or anything. But, you know, we're not too far off from at least one of the two highways. But where I think also comes into play here is the fact that these doubts come into our mind when we go to do something big. So, you know, buying a house is a big decision. When you're looking to start a brand, or, you know, start selling, if you're not used to selling online, it can be kind of like as if this pond was your confidence. So the water in the pond is your confidence. When it starts to go down, 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 when you step outside of your comfort zone, or start sometimes even just thinking about stepping outside your comfort zone, and the sunken boats and the rusted old cars that are at the bottom start to show themselves. So sometimes you got to start finding things that are more uplifting, talking to other people, making it more real, the things you can do, because then it starts to fill your confidence, the water table back up. I'd be curious, are you having something you're struggling with? And if you are, leave it in the comments down below. And hopefully you can either get help and reassurance from others. And if you see someone else who's struggling with something and they mentioned it in the comments and something you can relate to, please comment back to them. And because the thing of it is, we're all struggling. We all have this operating system that's really designed to help us survive, not to help us thrive necessarily. So, you know, the sunken boats start showing up when we least want them to, that head trash, so to speak. So the trash that's in this pond is like the trash that's in our head. So hopefully you found this video to be helpful. And if you did, I would absolutely love it if you can click the little thumbs up icon. And if you've not already, please subscribe to this channel. So thank you for watching this video, and I wish you the best on your e-commerce journey. Take care. Bye-bye.